Hi everyone, welcome back to Faraday Academy and to my first live update slash Q&A. I decided to do it live this time instead of just recording a video, so if anyone had any questions they could go ahead and ask me, and just to try to, or just to see how the Q&A format goes. So I do have some notes here, and feel free to stop me and ask me any questions in the chat that you have. You can also say hi in the chat if you are watching. So I want to start talking about some of the content I've made in the past on this channel. Being a smaller channel, hey nobodies, it's good to see you. Being a smaller channel, I've gotten to try a lot of different types of content, and live streaming and recorded videos and crash courses and a lot of different things. So I want to talk a little bit about the content I've been making, about the future of the content, and then answer any questions that anyone has. So first off, live streaming. So you probably heard me mention, if you watched any of my live streams, that it's difficult to kind of think out loud. So that was quite a learning curve for me. But it's also fun and exciting. It's just a different kind of skill set to be able to think and solve problems while you're talking about it and kind of narrating everything you're doing. But I really feel like it's helped me also become a better programmer. So I've really enjoyed that. Hi, Edgar. Good to see you too. So the live streams, I'm definitely going to keep live streaming. There's lots of, code repositories that I'm working on, new projects that I want to start, open source projects I want to contribute to. So I'm probably going to live stream as much of that as I can. Ideally, I would like to live stream a few times a week. You might have also seen I've been doing Python live streams on Sundays, which I have a guest with me. For the last 3 weeks, it's been Daniel. This Sunday, it will be a new guest, JT, who he was a Python student at Kenzie. I believe he just graduated last week. And that's been kind of interesting because I think YouTube is so overloaded now that there's about a 5 or 6 second delay between me and my guest. So like Daniel these past few weeks has been telling me, so I try to let the guest do some of the problem solving. So he'll say something, but it'll be, 5 or 6 seconds before I hear what he says. So that's been a little bit tough, especially for, yeah. But I don't know, how to get around that unless I try streaming on another platform like Twitch, which I'm not going to do yet, but I might consider doing maybe this summer or in the fall, or, trying it out later. So I'm going to try with another person. I think it was a little bit hard for Daniel because he's just not used to live streaming, as I wasn't, and most people aren't, because it's, a different skill set. So, and also it's hard to think while you're having to talk about it out loud. So some people feel like it makes them look stupid to be live because that's not indicative of how good they are as a coder. So I'm going to keep live streaming, keep getting better at that. Probably keep doing the Python live streams on Sunday. And I would like to get up to, the Python live streams where I've been doing Code Wars challenges with guests. I might also do panels. I've been thinking about that, like having a couple guests on and we all talk about a subject. I am going to do a Vue.js panel or interview or something, because the Vue.js video that I made, I don't know, was it last week that came out, and the creator of Utensils liked it. He's super awesome, so I want to have him on and kind of talk about Utensils, and don't know if it's probably going to be live, yeah. So that might be like a 30-minute segment. And if that goes well, we might do more talking, um, more interviews or panels or something. Um, yeah, so that's for the live streams. Um, I've also been thinking about doing longer live streams, like maybe a 4 hour or 6 hour live stream where I just do one thing for the whole stream. Do you intend on making some tutorial about monorepo and JS? That's been on my list for a while. Would you ever live stream with fans, chat about code, collab on a project maybe? Um, yes, I definitely want to. Um, so some of the things I've been building, I've been hoping that it grows community support, and especially this next project. The next project I'm going to be working on live, which is about productivity. And so I'm hoping that other people will join in on coding these things. Um, so actually, I am having, I don't know, I wouldn't call him a fan, but um, JT, the guy who will be on with me on Sunday's Python live stream, um, he he basically has been in the chat in every live stream so far, just chatting with us. And so I invited him on, and so he's going to be on this Sunday. But yeah, we had some super interesting conversations. He's really good and helpful about Python. Oh, are you giving me that face because of the monorepo? Yeah, I would like to. I mean, I've used Lerna, and which is a library for making or for managing projects in monorepos. So yeah, I would like to do something with Lerna at some point. It does take a bit of time because whenever I do a coding tutorial, um, it takes hours to code the repo, and then I have to film it, and then I have to edit it. No, I don't. I don't feel any pressure. I mean, I want to release videos all the time. I just, with consulting and doing content and then teaching at the free coding school, it's just, I'm trying to balance my time between everything. But the podcast, so my podcast, I uh, made 6 episodes. Yeah, I really like the Jamstack. Um, I've been trying it out for upgrading my blog, and it's nice. Um, yeah, there's a couple, I guess, Vue.js Jamstack tutorials I'd like to do. Or maybe I should just live stream them. That way I can just get it out there without editing. But yeah, I just finished my podcast, so that was 6 episodes in the first season, and I think it went really well. I didn't have a huge podcast following, so I got a couple hundred listens plus however many views I got on YouTube, which I think was pretty good for my first go around. Um, but it's a lot of work editing the podcast. I think, for the last episode, I literally spent about 10 hours editing out people's ums and re-recording my voice, like where I would trail off or something like that in the mic, because that was kind of hard, the whole back and forth conversation to get every minute perfect because I'm not that good at audio editing. So for season 2 that I want to come out this summer, um, I'm hiring an audio editor. So that took up a lot of my time doing the podcast. So I'm hiring someone to edit those who's much better than me at that. And yeah, that would free up more time. So now on Mondays, instead of a podcast episode coming out, I want to have a Vue.js video coming out every Monday because I've really liked making those. And also because of my free code camp tutorial, I get a lot of, I guess, viewers coming from my Vue tutorial to my channel. And since I like talking about Vue anyway, I figure why don't I just make a Vue tutorial? Yeah. Uh, yeah, that was rough, the podcast. I mean, from learning how to host a podcast to, I guess, market it and then edit it, come up with questions, do the interviews, scheduling. It's a lot. And originally I thought, okay, well, I don't need my face in the podcast and I don't need video, so it's going to be really easy. But actually, it was a lot harder than making videos. Um, it was fun and I liked it, and I think I got better at it towards the end. But yeah, I just need to outsource the editing, and I think it'll be a lot better. There's just a lot you have to do with audio. Like you have to, I guess, normalize it and cut out the background. And fortunately, I have a good mic setup, but I just yeah, it wasn't easy at all to do. Um, yeah, and with the guests and uploading, and there was a big learning curve. So yeah, every Monday I wanted to come out with a Vue.js video. The Python interpreter tutorial that I did was kind of a one-off because someone requested it and said they needed it for their students. I would like to do more Python, but yeah, I might like randomly, come out with Python tutorials. By the way, when you talk to us, do you imagine a human face? No, actually, so I'm kind of, I guess, socially awkward. So it's much easier for me to talk to the computer than anything else, which is awesome. So, yeah, I prefer talking in chat or talking to a computer or a robot. Maybe a robot, as long as they're not, maybe if they're very robot looking or in the uncanny valley, not quite human, it would be okay. Someday we'll get there where we have humanoid robots. Yeah, so that's the future. Um, yeah. So I'll be doing Vue.js content, some Python content. Um, Not even like generalized Python content, although there are a few more basic episodes I have planned. I'll probably be focusing on one particular area of Python, probably one of the web frameworks that I've been using. Um, and then I would like to talk more about blockchain. So I have a second channel, which is School of Block, and I have just one video uploaded there. At the Indie.js meetup and got interested in a few small projects. Hi, Derek. So I don't think there's any reason to wait for Vue 3 because it's not breaking. So you still have the same options API that you have with Vue 2, and they're coming out with a new API in Vue 3, their functional API, which is completely optional. You can use either one, and probably for most cases you'll still be using the traditional options API that you use in Vue 2. Vue 3 will work much better with TypeScript and a few other things, but Vue 3 is also already in beta. So they came out with, I don't know, 10 or however many alphas already, and now it's in beta. So I don't think it'll be too much longer before Vue 3 starts. So if you start learning Vue 2, it's the same syntax, same style, the lifecycle methods, everything is named and organized the same. You're just going to have the new functional API and a few other things in Vue 3. But that's exciting. You want to learn Vue. So right now, yeah, I love Flask too. So I've always worked in Flask pretty much until the end of last year. I started using Django, and now I consult with Django. I was thinking about, picking up one of the newer frameworks. I looked at Responder. I can't remember the other one. Yeah, so I was thinking about maybe getting good with Responder or another one. I'm also interested in Django REST API because I seem to always be doing, um, or just so far, I mean, I haven't been working in Django that long, but I seem to be doing the full stack, traditional Django application with templates. But the REST API seems really cool. I don't have to use templating in all of the static files. Um, I mean, all the JavaScript, with the templates and all that stuff. So I would rather the front end be separate from the back end, which would be much easier. So, and the REST API also gives you the admin interface still. So you still have, one of the best parts of Django, and you have it as a REST API. So that's really interesting to me. View with Electron. Yeah, so the next app I'm going to be building, I'm going to need a desktop app as well. I don't know if I'll use Electron though. So there's Electron, and then there's another very similar uh, JavaScript desktop app framework, which is NWJS. So I might actually be using that one, but I think they're similar enough that, the knowledge is interchangeable. Native Script View seems they've heard problems with the MITs. I don't know. I don't know about that. I'll have to look it up. Um, uh, View native MIT problems. Yeah, I'll look it up. Um, Native Script View seems pretty good. The only things are, if we're comparing it to other cross-platform mobile environments like React Native. React Native, you can, uh, one second. React Native, you can, build your app for Apple Watch and Apple TV, and there's React VR, and you can just deploy it everywhere. But Native Script View, doesn't have that capability yet. So I would like to see Vue go in that direction. Do I speak Spanish? Um, a little bit. So I I used to be okay, like decently conversational. I can understand a lot of Spanish, um, because I lived with Spanish speaking families for quite a while in Boston. I lived with people from Guatemala and El Salvador and other places, so I kind of picked up Spanish. And then I was taking Spanish classes all last year. So I got pretty good, but then I got busy at the end of last year, so I haven't taken them in like 4 months. But um, yeah, someday I will get really good at Spanish and go on a tour of South America. Is Vue Native using React under the hood? I would be very, very surprised by that because uh, Native Script Vue isn't. So what would they be using from React? The rendering engine? Because React is using, what is it, JS Core? So are they using that, like the C++ and stuff that's um, working under the hood? Oh, I don't know. I will have to look that up. So so they aren't using React. They're using some of the code from the rendering engine. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. Vue Native is a wrapper around React Native APIs. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. So, okay. So maybe it's just using, because React Native is written in I believe, um, Java, cross-platform C++, and um, Swift or maybe Objective-C. So it's, I guess it's using those and the same V8. All right, that's a little personal. Uh, the anyways, yeah. So I guess they could be using the same underlying components of React Native. I don't think React Native is bad at all. I used to really enjoy building apps in it. I just like the, you know, view or the view. Um, you and Sarah Drasner have a lot of good content that I learned from. So like View Mastery. Um, so as far as Vue.js, uh, I love Sarah Drasner. She's awesome. View Mastery is really good. Other influencers, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'll have to maybe leave a comment below. I have lists of them. I just can't seem to think of any right now. So for Vue content, well, there's I think his name is Chris Evans, who does the documentation for Vue. Oh no, I think I'm getting mixed up with the superhero movies. Yeah, I'll have to leave a comment uh, below about some other influencers I think are good. I love Rust. Rust is awesome. In fact, oh, I had it here, but I have a Rust book that I've been just kind of flipping through. Um, it's by No Starch Press, and the Rust core team wrote it, and it's really good. I mean, the Rust book online is good, and all the books they write, they're all good. Yeah, but yeah, I think Rust is definitely the future. It's heavily used in blockchain, WebAssembly, all over the place. Um, yeah, Vue 3. So if you want to learn about D3, I'm not the best person for that, but I believe Sarah Drasner has some content about D3. Should definitely be the one because she does all those tutorials about animations and that kind of stuff. So should probably be the one to, I guess, look into D3, or I guess see if she has any D3 content. Um, yeah, I think that was all I wanted to talk about. Oh, I do one more thing. I do have so I started a subreddit, and I've also been thinking of starting a Discord, because I'm not sure which one is the best way to kind of interact with people more. Because in videos, I'm just kind of talking to people, and on Instagram, I'm kind of posting pictures, updates, whatever. Twitter is just kind of reminders about my content, publishing, posting whenever new content comes out. Facebook is the same. But I'd like, a platform that's a good place to interact. Cool. Yeah. So I'm going to try Reddit and see how that works for now. So someone actually took the subreddit Faraday Academy 3 years ago. It's some random school, and they haven't posted in years. Um, but so I had to use my podcast name. So my subreddit is Faraday Tech Cafe, and you'll see my logo is there. Oh, cool, Edgar. Awesome. Yeah, I'll subscribe to your channel. Let me know when you start your Rust videos. Code pictures, yeah. It's a thing. So I was never thinking about getting on Instagram. Um, well, actually, there was only one person I followed on Instagram. It's a girl who does parkour and obstacle courses and stuff. But I never thought about posting stuff on Instagram. But Traversing Media, Free Code Camp, all of those um, influencers, I don't know, those, I guess the big channels, they post on Instagram. like behind the scenes coding, pictures, questions, people interact with them. And it's been kind of fun. I kind of like Instagram. I like the pictures and comments and how visual it is. Um, so on Instagram they also have these slideshows where you swipe over and it takes you through. Some coding channels will do like, I don't know, 6 to 8 screens where you just swipe through and it's like a mini tutorial or something. I don't know how valuable that information is, but um, yeah, I'm looking into doing that on Instagram. So it's not just pictures. I guess it's kind of hard to convey ideas on Instagram anyway. It's more like ask a question and post a picture type stuff. Yeah, Brad's awesome. And we're both from Boston, so I think we have kind of a connection. But he's really cool. I've always liked his content. Um, what do you think about Python courses in Coursera? So, have I taken? So I don't think I've taken a Python course on Coursera. But the courses I have taken on Coursera are really good. I have taken courses with Python in it. So I've taken several machine learning courses on Coursera, which were all really good. Just like amazing quality. And then I also took algorithms on Coursera, and then what was the other one? Oh, a long time ago, I think I did CS50 on Coursera, but I can't remember if it was Coursera. And so yeah, I think Coursera has top quality content, just amazing. I've taken quite a few courses on there. Um yeah, so join me on Reddit if you're on Reddit. I just found out it's like the fourth most popular site on the internet or something like that, which is crazy. So I'll post my subreddit in a comment or in the description or something below. And it's Faraday Tech Cafe. It's the name of the subreddit. And I think everyone's allowed to post. I'm not sure how that works yet, but I don't know if it's moderated or not moderated, but feel free to post subreddits, interact, do whatever. Scrimbah, yes. So I've been working with Scrimbah. So uh, I have a Viewtify course coming out on Scrimbah. There were a couple, I guess, things they had to fix in the platform, like their hover state. And hi, Jose. How are you? Yeah, it's actually relieving to kind of be done with the podcast so that I could make more view videos. So I do have it's going to be a free course on Scrimbah about Viewtify. And I've already recorded, I think, 9 videos in the series. So I just need to finish up the rest of the videos now that they just fixed a couple things that I asked them to fix. They're super responsive. The people who run that site are just really, really top notch. They're great people. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say, I think. Um, Thanks for joining me on my first Q&A. This was great. And I will be live again on Friday at I think I have it at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope you join me then. And then again on Sunday. Or no. Friday will be 7 p.m. Eastern time, or Eastern United States time. EDT. Yeah, so it'll be at 7 p.m. that time, and I'll post it later tonight so you can set a reminder for it. Yeah, it was. Thanks, nickname. You stay safe too. All right. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you on my next stream. Take care.